This video is sponsored by Top Up Live. Hey Squad, Tito here, and in today's video we're going to talk about the hidden metas and of course the current meta of the Warrior Cavalry marches. So we all know that we have a lot of Warrior Cavalry marches right now, but most of them are of the same meta. So I'm going to give you the current metas that we have right now, and also in the process I'm going to give you some hidden metas that only a few players are actually using. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So yes, talking about meta, so I'm in my current main account. I'm just going to show you some of the metas that are being used right now. And yeah, of course, going to give you some bits of information that maybe you will only see in this video, but maybe you already know about. Okay, so first up, this is the current meta that actually is what I call the free-to-play meta, because this is one of the free-to-play metas that should be running right now in free-to-play players. You can actually unlock every one of these marches through your Advent event or Advent wheel, whatever you want to put it. So we have these 3 heroes that are available in the wheel, and with Attila, with Lubu, even with a Guan Yu on the first few seasons, this march is still a free-to-play friendly march, and you can slowly but surely progress from Attila from season 1, slowly maxing Lubu also, and then Xiaoyan. So this march spans from season 1 to season 7, and even for me, season 8, if it comes, this meta will still be available. But if your camel is already available in your previous seasons or earlier seasons, I would rather recommend getting the camel for this specific meta. This camel rider right here is actually one of the best, or if not the best, mercenary for your Lubu with Attila and Xiaoyun in this specific order that they are in this frame. So don't forget about the mercenary together with this Lubu March, and even if you are a free-to-play player, you can do an explosive kill or maybe run in the field while attacking your counters, which are archers or swordsmen. So this meta is actually one of the best. Even the krakens, the whales, some mid spenders also are using this exact march, and it's easy to actually progress. So as I've said, this is a free-to-play meta wherein even free-to-play players, if they run this exact march plus the camel rider, even stronger players than them, as long as they are not pikemen, can actually have a chance to get a lot of points, a lot of kills in the playing field. Just know how and where and who to attack, and you will be good. Now on our next meta, wherein I would say this could be also a free-to-play, but I don't really recommend this to free-to-play players because of the nature of TJG. And as I've said, you need a very important ring or specific ring in this to make it really pop. Well, if you have this one, you can use a Tranquil Water, which is also good. But if you are a mid spender or more like a Kraken or a whale, the best ring for this one is the Celestial Spark. Especially if you have a lot to spend, like a whale, starting from a whale, baby whale, your Celestial Spark is the current meta that is being used in here. But if you would rather want to be a little bit more tankier, you will choose 100% the Tranquil Water. And of course, don't forget about the rings. The usual rings for your Lubu, you got your Daisy. For your Xiaoyun, you have the Undying Nightwolf. So in the first few seasons of the game, the Ring of Daisy and Ring of Nightwolf is what I will say one of the best investments if you are a Cavalry main or Warrior Cavalry main, a user or player. Whoa. Before we continue, if you're planning to top up anytime soon, here's something that can help you keep more money in your pocket while growing your account. Tito have partnered with Top Up Live to give you an exclusive 12% off discount extra on your Age of Empires mobile top-ups. That means more Empire coins, more Apex coins, and more value for the same budget. All you have to do is click the link in the description and use the coupon code TITO and enjoy all types of discounts with Top Up Live. And with Top Up Live, your wallet will thank you. So yeah, this is actually going to be good for that. And the 2 mercenaries that actually fits this one is your Battle Elephant or, of course, your Camel Rider. So those 2 are the best for this. But I've seen a lot of players using also this one, which also makes sense since you always do activate the 3.5% because of the continuous activation of your Lubu's skill. But I still love the Camel Rider and Indian Battle Elephant in this one, because the Indian Battle Elephant is a little bit more tankier, and then with a chance of normal attack each turn, which can trigger another skill. So that's actually what is up with the Battle Elephant. Plus, the Camel Rider though is a really good chance also to activate, but that's not actually the point. The point is the 18 seconds, which is really good also. Plus, of course, yeah, as I've said, the Blinding Sandstorm really helps sometimes, so with the bursts. But yeah, Battle Elephant and the Camel Rider is actually the thing here. But as I've said, the hidden meta here are some players are using this one to increase their skill damage if they are using DJG. That is actually the one of the hidden metas here, the Byzantine Cataphract. But I don't really recommend hidden metas, because I will only recommend hidden metas to those players who are, let's say, courageous enough to take the risk. That is the only time that I really recommend this. I have this on my alternate account, but right now I cannot access it. Another one that is a hidden meta in the Lubu DJG Jiaoyun March is actually the Adornment. Let's go with the Adornment. Let's see. Hang on. Okay, so Adornment time here. So the Adornments for your hidden meta in that March is actually your rally. So I have a rally on my alternate account. So once you have the rally, this one on DJG, once you have that, it's actually a good one, because your current March with Lubu, DJG, and your Jiaoyun is pretty tanky. So what will happen is, if you have the rally in here, it will make that March a pretty strong March, even without the Celestial Spark Ring. Just use the Tranquil Water. So you're with the rally here, you can use your Tranquil Water for your ring on your DJG in order for you to be tanky, to hit that spot or sweet spot of the rally effects. And you can also use that rally plus this Tranquil Water in another hidden meta that only a few are using, which is this one. You're just going to switch the positions of the hero like this, and you use your Indian Battle Elephant to be the tankiest you can possibly be, plus you add your Tranquil Water on your DJG, and then the rally on your DJG. For example, you have here your rally on your DJG. So the rally really helps, because as you can see with the effect of the rally, here, after the mounted hero launches 12 normal attacks, which is the hero herself, compare it with 12 times, let's say 3 is like 36. So with 36 seconds, within 36 seconds, you will get that first of the rally. Sometimes they amp it up to 7% to actually get that sweet spot. And the best part about this one is you can use this rally also 100%. This is mainly used in the rally scenario itself, or defending a garrison or a whatever it is, or an imperial city, because of the nature of the 12 normal attacks. So everyone forgets that the 12 normal attacks is for your hero, not everyone. So the 12 normal attacks is for your hero. So it will take you 36 seconds, to actually get that percentage of the rally. Yeah, it's really one of the hidden metas right there, because that's extra damage, and I don't see any other extra damage in here that your hero can actually give you, or boost your other marches. Because even if that's the thing, that it is going to be 36 seconds, that's 6%. For example, you got the 7%, just for example. Your two other heroes, which means your Attila, sorry, not Attila, but your Jiaoyan plus your Lubu will have that. Combine that, and that's 14%. Imagine if that's for Lubu. 7% is a huge deal. So yeah, mostly they use this in a rally scenario because it's a longer fight. It will be there forever as long as the rally continues. But the thing is that you can also use this in the playing field if you want, if you use DJG. So I don't recommend the rally adornment in an Attila, because Attila with your Lubu and Xiaoyan actually do want to have a quick battle. So I use that rally in here in this specific march because this is a tanky march, and this is actually, as I've said, one of the hidden marches meta, together with the ancient battle elephant that can have a stand against pikemen of CYRUS. So it can withstand that burst of damage from a pikeman because of the nature of the defensive build of this March with Xiaoyun. Even in the battlefield, this March is actually a good March. And speaking of another hidden meta, since we have DJG, and I think this is the only two Marches that really has like one of the best, current metas right now. I also have another hidden meta for you guys. So it's another hidden meta wherein most only a few really knows. So you know about the lightning strike. So it says here, well, in double attack, which is, well, Lubu is mostly always in double attack because of Xiaoyan's ability to actually give him double attack. So the mounted hero's normal attacks and secondary strike skill deals 11%. Imagine that is just on the first level here. 11% right away. Increased damage. That's a lot. Compare it with your other used adornments for your Lubu. So mostly you are going to use, of course, your boiling blood, which gives you healing and increases your secondary strike skill damage by 7.69%. So that is only every critical strike, right? That is only after every critical strike, and there is one time every 9 seconds that there is a limit. But with your lightning strike here, the lightning strike doesn't have any limit, as you can see. And what players do is actually hit that 16% sweet spot minimum, and most of the players I know is they're hitting the 19% here, or sometimes just 18%. It's still huge though per skill of Lubu, and the double attack state, as I've said, is always going to be there. And every time you hit that 19%, for example, you got 19%, and other players already got almost the 20%. That is a huge deal. Imagine you have this, plus you have the rally. You will have a lot of damage potential. The only downside of having this one is you don't focus on your base attributes, because this is an archer. This is an archer's adornment, and you cannot really benefit from the first, which is the defense, the second, which is the health. But I have seen Krakens use this, and I have seen a Lubu being used as an archer, and I will get to you guys about that in a next video. But yes, Lubu with this adornment for the archers really is amazingly good. But only for me, a few players actually can use this. You need to still have a little bit of investment, because as I've said, this will work for me, in my opinion, with the help of DJG. You can use this with an Attila, but you will lose the ability to actually have defense. But if you're willing to risk the battle or the defense and make this work with an Attila, it can also work with an Attila, to be honest with you guys. But yeah, as I've said, if you are that risky of a player and you still want to use this on an Attila, it possibly can be 100%. So if you are, a whale or a kraken, or I have seen whales and krakens do max this out to actually get the damage reduction here, or to actually get the hero skill damage here. That's what they do. But some players I know got the Eagle's Blessing instead of the piercing arrow, because the piercing arrow will give you additional skill damage. This will work. The third one will work, but the other two here will not work because you are not an archer. Okay? The other one is that they use the Eagle's Blessing because you don't have any more defense here. You don't have the health. So they use the Eagle's Blessing to get the damage reduction, and they max it out to get the potential max of the damage reduction taken in here. So that's what they do. And then, of course, they have their Chain Slayer on their Xiaoyan, which is pretty good. And that is actually a very important one. Plus, they have the rally on their DJG. That is absolutely insane amount of damage given to your Lubu. And sometimes those whales that I know and krakens that I know do sometimes kill some players just a few seconds, like less than 10 seconds with this build. And yes, those are the current metas that I think would really help you guys out in your warriors cavalry journey. So those are the current metas with your Lubu, your Attila, and your Xiaoyan, and your Lubu, your DJG, and your Xiaoyun, plus of course the adornment metas, the ring metas, and so on and so forth. And of course, the accessibility to change this one to a tankier build with your Xiaoyan. And I also know that with Xiaoyun as your main commander here, plus your Attila, plus your Lubu, just make sure that they are always at this position when you do the switch. And this one is, as I've said, a tanky march, plus with the help of the adornment that I just previously showed you, this one is going to be a tanky march plus a very, very strong burst march. So with a combination of this plus that adornment that I have just shown you, which is the strike something, it's really, really going to devastate a lot of other players. And if you haven't yet tried it, I'm going to make a separate video showing you how strong that one is really going to be. But I don't have that specific adornment on my alternate account. So right here I did use this on purpose to actually show it to you that I have it here. And slowly but surely I am actually building now my current cavalry marches, because I am starting to get my T8s for my cavalry. So you will see that in the future. You will see that build in action in the future. And if you like this kind of content, you want to check out more, click on this video right here on your screen right now. And as always, squad, have a great day to everyone. This is your Tito Buds, and I will see you in the next one.